And here she comes, Miss Stacey. Can you see Stacey
I
there, Alex?
wouldn't do this for
I do.
anyone else.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast with Alex Rodriguez and Ron Williams. Hey! They talk about the Orange County music scene, from the past to the present and the future. Today we're talking about the Orange County rock with a twist of lemon compilation. From a long time ago in a county not far away, we welcome Stacey from the band Misfit Toys. The song's home free in Madison with vivid vocals and alternative rock sounds. They played all over the Inland Empire, Orange County, and LA. She shares stories about her musical journey and the health and personal growth and the business she runs today. Please welcome Alex and Ron as they join Princess Stacey. And here they are now.
Yeah, I was just reacquainting myself with the Orange County Rock CD, and those two Misfit Toys songs, that's about it, isn't there? There's not Misfit Toys like Bandcamp out there. There's not like a treasure trove somewhere we're missing. Is it
We have a couple albums, but I don't have access to. I didn't get
cool?
anything.
Yeah, and I'm
So
going to go on the
yeah,
journey to discovery. If we can get those recordings, of course, we'll share them online. And
yeah,
if not, obviously we're going to share the two Misfit Toy songs that we do have. And so either we'll post a link to that or we'll post them onto the video at the end there.
yeah.
But
John
but
should have some. I think John has something, and I have a tape somewhere, but
Mm.
that's like a literal cassette
I'm
yeah,
tape.
so excited. This for us, it's a journey of discovery. We've gone through 3 episodes talking with Alex and his bandmates about their band Bread Circus. So
Yeah.
and those are already published and those are live on the podcast. So
Oh, okay.
obviously we'll have links to that. But Alex, as my co-host, is also we're going to discover new bands after we go through this review of all the bands that were involved in the Orange County Rock CD. So our journey of discovery is also kind of a documentary style of let's reconnect, let's find the artists, let's find the musicians, let's hear their
Oh,
stories. So
that's fun.
Alex is going to delve maybe more into the story, and I'll just kind of sit over here and be quiet for a while.
oh no, no. So, well, first I want to just say that those two songs on that compilation, I love those songs, especially Madison. That's a band that
Oh, well,
rocks.
thank you.
I
Thank
would have
you.
loved to see that band sort of back in the day. But can you tell me a little bit about your experience in the Orange County music scene, if there is one?
Hmm.
You're an Orange County band.
Yes, we were Orange County band. Yes. But well, we were actually for a while we were in Chino Hills, the our base, I guess you'd say. So we did some Inland Empire, and then we did some LA a little bit, but yeah, mostly yeah, LA and OC.
What do you remember about the Orange County scene? Like what clubs were there? Other uh, peer bands of yours that you
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah, what's funny is No Doubt was out there at the same
I
time.
was getting there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 93. So I actually was
Mhm.
telling Ron, a friend of mine actually let me listen to a demo, and she's like, "What do you think of this band? Let me know. Let me know. I want your feedback." And they had a cool sound and they had horns, which was unique. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
They're doing like a little ska-ish
Yeah.
thing." And I was like, "Yeah, they're good, whatever." And then anyway, we know how that turned out. So super cool that I would have held on to that demo, I think, if I knew what I know now.
No kidding. Yeah.
Yeah, but then yeah, we would do like the Marquee and Frogs, that was Lawndale, and we did like a Red Onion gig, and we did some that was up in Marine Del Rey. So oh, Sunset Beach Club, I don't even know. I remember them. They had the worst sound in the world, but it was a cool spot. It was yeah, the sound was worse, but it was awesome. It's not there anymore. That was in Tustin.
Oh
Kind
wow.
of like right, kind of by Main Place over there. Yeah.
Sunset
So
Beach Club was
it's Sunset
it's
Beach
okay.
Club. Yeah, yeah,
I missed that one.
yeah.
We remember Goodies, Club 369,
Uh-huh.
Jezebels. I don't know if any of these ring a bell.
Yeah, no, we never did that one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. My memory's like
I,
faded.
I
Um,
know. We did the interview with my band. The other three guys were on, and it's like they remember all these things. It's like, was I even there? They remember all these details,
I
all these other
know.
bands, other clubs and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm learning too. Do you think that that there was an Orange County music scene at all, or if you're an Orange County band, you just naturally want to play in LA because LA's got the strong
Yeah.
music scene.
Yeah.
San Diego's even got a strong music scene, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to find what the Orange County music scene was. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah, it wasn't there wasn't a lot of places. I would say we did LA probably more than OC, but I remember the art I remember the marquee. I wish I could remember more things. I remember frogs. I remember Boar's Head, but that was out of OC. And then what else? Yeah, the Red Onion. We did the Roxy, but that's out of OC. Yeah, there wasn't too much. It
Yeah, right.
wasn't. It wasn't real. I'm trying to think what else we did.
Did you
Yeah,
play?
sorry.
Did you do anything like tour, or how far did Misfit Toys reach?
Yeah, we didn't. Other than up to LA and down to kind of Inland Empire.
Mhm.
That was it. Yeah. So we broke up before we got anywhere too much. I went through a
Yeah.
divorce, and I was married to a guitar player. So yeah, so that kind of broke things up. And yeah.
Sure. Okay. So Misfit Toys breaks up, and so what? You're a singer,
Yes.
songwriter. So
Yeah.
you continued.
Yes, I did. I was a single mom then at this point, so a very young son at that time. So I was in the swing band after that, Swinging Devils, and then that was a lot of Hollywood. We played a lot of Hollywood gigs down there, and I can't remember a lot of the places, but that was super fun, fun.
Swing
Uh,
was huge in the late
it was
'90s, early 2000s. I
yeah,
remember that very
and we
well.
had stand-up bass, and I guess that bass play or not the bass play anyway, stand-up bass, but the guitar player, he went on to do great things, and I don't remember his name, so I need to do research. I just
uh,
found out I was doing this not too long ago, so I didn't have a lot of prep
oh,
time. But that was so I did that, and then really I focused on my son. I would pick up
yeah.
my guitar and sing for like myself kind of thing. And then I became a Christian when I was 27. And then from there I sang at church. I was a worship leader,
Mhm.
sang for years at church, and then did a children's album. So
Ooh,
yes, because I was asked to go to like these different VBSs, and it was like I can't. They all hit like in the same time in the summer.
yeah,
VBS is just Vacation Bible School, so I was like, I need to reproduce my song, so I don't have to like. A lot of churches couldn't really hire someone to come sing, so it was like, oh, but they could have their CD in the kindergarten room.
yeah.
When I was doing worship downstairs with adults, it was one thing, and then we'd go upstairs and like sing the same songs, and I was like, these kids are like, kindergarten from fifth grade was pretty much what we did. And they were like, they weren't engaging because it was adult words and adult songs. And so I'm like, I gotta go write some real songs. So I did like, the victory song and anyway, lots of stuff that kids could actually
Yeah.
engage in. I did little moves and the thank you song. And anyway, that was just I did an album on that, and that was bouncy and fun and cool stuff. So
That's awesome. I think that's a fantastic use of your talent. If you're a musician and
yeah.
you've got a steady church gig
Yes.
or your youth mentoring, whatever, I think
Yeah.
like
I did go back out. I went back out to like the world. And when my son went off to college, so
mhm.
that's actually started gigging, and that was just me solo playing guitar and singing. And I'm not a good guitarist, but I broke my hand and I had to play a gig, and I found a guitar player who is professional guitar player for 45 years and is now my husband. So we
Oh,
do music together all over Orange County. So we do like, we've done the Boathouse and Phil Tranny's, and there's definitely more of like a coastal scene than we ever did before with Misfit.
is this a regular thing at all, or is it occasional? Like if I wanted to go see you in the next few weeks?
Yeah, you know what? He plays all the time. He's also a producer, so that's his kind of Monday through Friday deal.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just finishing a credentialing on any long story, Ron knows. But so we don't have anything lined up right now. But yeah, normally it's like twice a month we'll play gigs.
Hey, I want to step in here for 1 second.
Uh,
You'd mentioned in our conversation yesterday that you had opened up for country singer. Was it Dwight Yoakam that you can you tell that story
Yes,
about
that
your
was
big
in the
show?
Oh,
swing
no way.
band. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was in the swing band. It was Elvis' birthday bash. It had to have been somewhere
January
around
8th.
January 8th. I remember that date. January 8th, and it was 1990, probably six, seven, somewhere in there. So yeah, so they had bands before, and I got to meet Dwight in the little green room, and he actually had his hat off, and I've never seen him with his hat off. So that was super. I'm a total country girl. Like, I know it doesn't sound
Yeah.
like I have a lot of country in my background as far as music, but that's my wheelhouse, 100%. So
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I'm a rock girl. I'm a country girl with a rock edge,
Hmm.
I guess you'd
A little
say.
bit country, a little bit rock and roll. I know,
Yeah,
me too. You wouldn't know it, by listening to us, on this podcast, but absolutely.
yeah.
So singer songwriter music. I'm sensing that's a calling. When did
Yeah.
when did you know that?
You
How
know
early?
what? I was my junior year in high school, I had to take like a fine art or a arts credit, some kind of
Mhm.
art for like some credit. You know you have to have one art thing,
Yeah,
or
right.
we used to back then. And so I'm like, oh, well, I'll do choir, right? Because I like singing. So I went in the choir, and like the first day, the teacher was like, did you just transfer to school? I'm like, no. She's like, well, where have you been? Like, where'd you learn to sing like that? And I'm like, well, I don't know, in the car with my sisters. Um, so that's when I realized, and she's like, I want you to try out for this solo, and we're having this pop concert, and da, da, da. And so I had no idea really that there was a gifting there. I mean, that's
Mhm.
not true. I always felt like obviously God gave me that gift,
Yeah.
but I sang in the car with my sisters, and I was younger, so I was kind of like probably the worst singer of them
Ugh.
all. And then my sister she was awesome at harmony, and she'd look at me if I like missed my part. Anyway, I just was I didn't know that there was actually kind of a gift there, and
Yeah.
a little bit of powerhouse voice behind it. So then was in the chamber choir, the next year, which was like just a little more step up. So lots of harmonies. I love that part just because it comes kind of natural from growing up with it.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so yeah, Mrs. Perdot from Brea Olinda High School is the reason
Nice. Yeah.
she pulled it out of me. And I really struggled with self-worth, self body issues,
Yeah.
a lot of
Right.
that. And she like, it was awesome
Yeah.
because she
Mi-
recognized something in
yeah.
me. Sorry that I didn't recognize.
Mrs. Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
Shout out to Mrs. Bordeaux, and that's what I was saying earlier about what a great use of your talent, because now you're somebody's mentor. You're gonna, you know what I mean? Somebody's gonna come
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to you and say, Stacey, I don't know if you remember me, but you're the reason I
Yeah,
whatever.
I love that. That was good stuff.
So, Alex, we
Yeah.
probably should wrap it up. Let Stacey go.
Oh, okay.
You have a
Yeah.
couple last questions for her?
It was no, it was lovely talking to you. Lovely meeting you.
You too. You too.
And again, great job in Misfit Toys. Um,
Thanks.
I love those two songs. I love a strong female lead singer in a
Thanks.
rock band. So that's why I
Yeah.
asked you, would you want to get back into it? So
Yeah.
I
Oh,
definitely,
100%. Yeah.
yeah,
And I've been in school for I did a career change, so I've been a little busy. But yeah, it's definitely in my heart to do that. My husband and I gig, but it's just duo stuff. So I've done band stuff where we'll have a private party or a birthday party, whatever, where we hire
sure,
in people. But it would be great to have a steady. I miss that. It's different than just a duo,
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
family you get to have. And when you get that, just the synergy, and you're in the pocket, and it's like really cool thing.
for
And my
sure.
confidence level is different at this age than when I was young. So
Heck yeah.
you don't really care anymore
Yeah,
about,
exactly. You got it. Well
so
said.
that there's a freedom in that. And I want to make sure Jeff wrote Home Free. I wrote Madison, but Jeff Rosenzweig wrote Home Free. But Home Free, as with any song, I had a voice teacher said you own that. You don't own that song, but when you're singing it, every line needs to have a purpose in your own heart with it.
Yeah,
So I thank Jeff for writing that song because it was it was healing for me in what I was going through at that time. So
That's awesome. Well, you're an artist, and best of luck to you. I hope it all, I hope, yeah. So pleasure.
All right, and I'll wrap it up. Thank you for joining us, Stacey, here on the Orange County Music Podcast. And the Inland Empire is well represented by you, and I look forward to seeing you perform live again. That would be amazing. And so
yay.
Alex and I are going to thank you for your time today, and we know that the audience is going to fall for you like I did when I first met you. But you're amazing to participate. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, and
Pleasure.
we're gonna reconnect again soon. Maybe we'll get you performing at our reunion concert here coming up this summer.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right.
All right,
Thank
Nice.
you, Stacey.
Yes. Thank you for having me. Yep.
okay.
Thank you, Stacey, for joining us today. We enjoyed your stories about playing in OC, the Inland Empire, and LA. Your outfit today was totally priceless. You really made a beautiful princess. We can't wait to do this again soon. We'll even dress up for you. And now please welcome back Alex Sky Talker and Obi-Wan Kenobi. After the pod starts now.
Mr. Alex, after the pod, what do you think about Stacey from Misfit Toys?
Delightful.
Isn't
Delightful.
she wonderful?
Yeah, I love that energy.
I think what I found most when I was meeting people back when I was publishing or producing the Orange County Rock with a Twist of Lemon, compilation was I was drawn to people that were performers and musicians, that were writers, that did have meaning to their music. And what I think I want to explore with our podcast going forward is the stories behind the music. And you weren't part of the early part of the podcast when Stacey and I talked about how Madison was really written intentionally with that minor key, though she deliberately was challenged, like, let's not make a happy song, let's delve into some of the minor chords and some of the alternative music notes. And I'm not a music theorist at all, but can you explain, or can you talk to maybe what it's like to have a shift in emotion, or trying to control a song through that?
You don't have to be a music theorist at all. In fact, I can name 20 musicians who aren't music theorists themselves, but we're all musical. And so when you hear about the minor key being the sad, major is happy or triumphant, minor key is sad. That's so that everyone understands, and when you hear it, you get it.
Yeah.
So music is very emotional, and if you're the singer, that there's an extra layer or two of vulnerability right there.
Well, and you can
know what
tell
I mean?
Stacey here 30 years later, she still kind of remembers what that song meant to her. And,
Yeah.
And her husband and guitarist in the band kind of challenged her to get outside of her comfort zone, to explore what music alternatives could be.
What's interesting is she made it a point to say that Jeff wrote Home Free, right?
Yeah.
That person wrote that song, and I don't often think about who wrote what, because even when we cover songs, it's not usually about who wrote it. It's about us, and today in this moment, this is my song, and I'm saying this to you. So in Brett Circus, for example, Ken and Alex wrote most of the songs. And there are songs that I have to think about who wrote that one and who wrote that one. Because to me, those songs are special. Something like Positive Something, which Ken wrote. Ken's 99.9% of that song is Ken, because he came up with it. I only wrote a verse on that song because I wanted to be a part of it. I was so good. But it doesn't matter. I'm singing like a high dive or something, and it's all Ken's music, but it's Bread Circus, and Bread Circus is my family, and so I'm not singing his song, I'm singing our song.
Yeah.
So that she pointed out that Jeff wrote that, and then said and challenged me to. So to her as a singer, as a performer, it's an exercise, and she's the specialist. It's like there's a reason Jeff didn't sing it, right? She sang it.
Yeah.
So she's like, he must have been, this is what I envisioned. This is what I want. Now you take it away because you're the specialist.
Well, yeah, and I found it interesting that, out of the 8 bands that we had on the compilation CD, I think she's the only female singer, let alone female member. And, rock stars or musicians, there aren't a whole lot of female-based rock bands. And when she brought up No Doubt, I thought, heck yeah, No Doubt would not be No Doubt without Gwen.
True. I was thinking, like, back in the day, if we traveled in the same circles, on the scene, I would have been hanging out with that girl.
Oh, I know you would.
Because I was saying, meaning like as an artist, like I think we would have vibed, like her band and our band.
Yeah.
Because like in the interview with the boys, I was saying how, like, don't you think our catalog on the whole is positive? It's not real. It's not real angsty. There's a lot of positivity and a lot of positive something, sunshine, all that stuff, and just the fact this person couldn't stop smiling through the interview. Oh, it's like, are you a rock star or not?
Yeah, and me too. Like,
or something,
I think my dimples were kind of like, I was just glowing. Obviously, I had kind of mentioned that we were leaning into the Star Wars theme of this podcast, and then she asked me right before she goes, "You're kidding, right, with the Princess Leia thing?" I said, "Oh no, we'll add the cinnamon buns later." And for her to show, you'll see it's so joyful to see Stacey again. And, we have stayed connected, obviously through social media, but to have Stacey on this podcast was a blessing. I appreciate you, Stacey, if you're watching this, and all her fans and friends. We are honored to bring her to you, the audience. And we're going to explore more of the relationship we have with her in the future. We'll go back and talk to her more about, her musical journey, but I was very happy with the podcast today. And Alex, I'm going to wrap it up for this episode. The Inland Empire Strikes Back, and I will see you in the next episode, Return of AI, and we could talk about where our let's call it our alternative intelligence is taking us in this future. So I'll let you go, Alex. Good to see you here after the pod. Stick with me. And to you, we're going to now play Madison and Home Free.
Questioning my integrity, consoling that I am me. When no one's a perfect soul, a dream I can't let go of, and when I treat the as if it owed me something, well, I can't stand myself, at least not for that day, not for that day, not for that day, not for that day. The only hooking going on Madison, the only hooking going on Madison, the only hooking going on Madison, the only hooking going on and on. Now I have looked around, and I have looked away. Contain my allegations, test the questions I state, and when I treat the world as if it owed me something, well, I can't stand myself, at least not Madison. The only hooking going on's on Madison. The only hooking going on's on Madison. The only hooking going on and on. Sail on the clear blue sea. My reflection kept looking back at me. I wanted to feel the warmth of the land, but time as the sand keeps running out of my hand. I wanted to fly in the wide blue sky, but the sun and the wind want to blind my eyes. I wanted to fly, I wanted to fly. And when will I be home? When will I be home free? When will I be freely on the way in the maze of me? I see myself as I am, as I would be. I wanted to run in this new direction, but here I appear as the next affliction. Wanted to rhyme to an outside time, but it's a bad chord when they aren't digging your paradigm. And as we speak, they're placing bets on me. And when will I be home? When will I be home free? When will I be freely on the way in the maze of me? I see myself as I am, as I would see myself as I am, as I would see myself as I am, as I would be. I wanted less than I found at my door, but the distance always finds me wanting more. Waves are Crashing westerns into the east. At the point of my existence, will I ever find peace? Do I want